one change or the one difference that feels like it could affect this game is the reads, actually, from Advent, because there was a period where this TYLOO roster were the most dominant is when Advent had so many good reads, stacked the right bomb sites all the time, made the perfect calls, especially on CT sides, but that seems to have been a time since past. So I feel like the in-game leaders are really going to be at the forefront of the action, whether it's Advent's calls or Blitz on some of his, honestly, individual skill level. He can sometimes just break open rounds, especially on Nuke.
Let's see whether it'll materialize. Does it look like it will be... Wait, is Mazinho? Well, I'll hold the point for later on because Techno is actually pushed all the way through. Mazea is gone. And Techno's happy because reset down for its 5v4 acquired. Senzu's found one. Could it be two? No. JamYoung moving through the smoke. We've barely talked about him, but obviously he's going to be a big talking point in Nuke as well. Techno maintains control outside in lobby, but in the meanwhile he is losing teammates, so the lower bomb site will be given up. Blitz is trying to pursue, coming in from behind, but JamYoung's got him off on the lurk. He'll almost always be good for that frag.
There was even an extra flank coming in towards Secret. Zinho still trying to pressure into this bomb site. Meanwhile, his teammate is a little bit further away from the action. Techno now linking up with him, but Zinho has one player locked in, a key kill, and Techno as well finds the player inside of control. Door closed. Kaze, will he be anticipated or not? Will Techno be able to cover this defuse in its entirety? A full 10 second, and Techno's dualies will find it. A pistol round picked up here from the Mongols. They started a man down when that bomb went down, but TYLOO can't hold.
Very impressive coming through. It did seem like TYLOO was going to be able to get away with that one when JamYoung got his double kill, but Techno was always good for it. Techno's put up a lot of great performances as well. I'm curious about whether he ends up being just the A anchor now instead. Obviously, he was playing ramp before. If it's Techno and Senzu, I actually really like that combination. Mazinho might struggle a little bit back on ramp, but I don't know if I was casting this with you, Michael, or I was just watching this just independently. I saw a game of Senzu on ramp in Nuke, and that might be the worst ramp performance I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I believe when we were watching NKT, you know, he was somebody that was getting bullied on that position. So, yeah, that might be part of why he's not playing there. He was given that spot. He said, I hate it, and the people have to move around. Youngest man loses, and that's unfortunately Mazinho at 16.
To be fair, Mazinho was struggling on the A side as well, right? So this might end up being a marriage that's best for everyone.
Yeah, just think about the ways in which he was dying on Inferno. You know, ramp is a very key area to hold on to and really preserve your life in. You know, at best you want to get 2 kills. At worst, you want to get no kills but survive and just hold on to territory towards that lower site. Actually, I guess the best scenario would be getting those 2 kills and surviving, but you know.
Yeah. It's okay. I think the best realistic one is 2 kills and death. Sometimes these guys can be unreal, though. Obviously, we were talking about this at another broadcast, but Nuke's become significantly more CT-sided. A lot of that comes down to outside smokes, but if you're not deploying them, then, well, Advent can just kill you.
Yeah, I really like that they decided to go for that locker smoke instead. Kind of impossible to break that one open and have as much impact. If you're trying to cross with smokes on that T side, you can just get completely caught off guard. Jump spot for Blitz won't find a whole lot of anything. They were ducking underneath his vision. He's the only man that can really hold on to this lower side. He needs reinforcements. He needs some kind of help, but everyone's still saying top side.
Oh. Lovely sound cues being given out from TYLOO as well, just making sure that everyone is confused about which angle to be keeping an eye out for. Mongols might just be forced to save already. A 3-on-5 without a kit is impossible for them to regain control of the bomb site, and all of it started off with just this great kill from Advent, and he's the one to get 2, funnily enough. So he is memed on a little bit sometimes when it comes to his individual form, but dude, he has these pop-off maps.
Yeah, he really does.
Normally it's on Inferno, but yeah.
It is like 1 every 10 maps or 1 every like 15 maps that this happens, but we have had games where he just like casually 30 bombs, and it's like you're not supposed to be the star of this team.
Terrorists win.
Man just gets possessed every so often. But a really well drawn up round there from TYLOO. They force buy after losing the pistol. They throw some nice deeper utility that makes it much more difficult for CTs to take these passive angles and get much done with it. So TYLOO just kind of get full access to the lower side where Blitz had no support. No one rotated in from ramp. They were still scared about the potential for a hell rotate. They pushed lobby, and neither of the top side players decided to journey down those vents. I think because they understood that the lower side could be compromised, but that doesn't help Blitz. They gave him a handful of thoughts and prayers, but not actual bodies.
Normally that's what you want whenever that's used, but hey. TYLOO over here though. I am really excited about this T side, Michael, because you know you talked about the locker smoke earlier on. If there's one team that I expect to come through with like really well thought out ways of countering out the nades to smokes and everything, it's probably TYLOO.
Yeah, I'd expect them to come up with some cute new shenanigans. Often a lot of the inspiration for strategies comes from smaller regions.
Yeah. Or even if not smaller regions, the national scenes. 9-10. Angle strong, but he needs to be the one to get a move on first. Techno trying to sell the idea that there's no one inside the hut. 9-10's already gone. Senzu does trade. Techno, however, is traded. And Mazinho is unable to find anything as a drop down comes through. JamYoung has just come through, done a quick robot slide in. I know that Michael Jackson was talked about, but you know what? JamYoung's electric and he can slide.
Bomb has been planted.
Ooh. Damn, what a shot there from kaze. Even gets a free upgrade as a result of it. Again, really well done there from TYLOO.
Oh.
Just got all that extra space down towards the lower site because of the fact they got the cross to secret. And then just linking up with JamYoung by him darting down those vents. There was no way that... I can't remember who it was, just rotating into that lower site, would have any idea that Mercury was there, given that the last info they received was one drop vent. You know, they didn't hear the door open, for example. So, just free kills and a free path carved out, courtesy of just showing a bit of that outside pressure and getting one player down.
You know, when you think about all the Asian shuffle that's happened and everything, at the end of it all, if TYLOO and Lin Vision don't end up being at the very top, it's going to be very, very surprising to me. Right? Because there's only so many veterans that you can remove from a team, you know, so many new players that you can add to a team. Advent, what in the world are you doing, Advent? I know it's just USPs, but it's jumping up, gets a sideline, and he starts firing his way through.
Yeah. Why not? They can't kill me. I've got the better gun. If it were only that simple.
The auto sniper would be the best weapon in Counter-Strike.
Oh.
Or the M249. I don't know how much that costs, actually.
I mean, in terms of bang for your buck, USP is actually quite hard to beat. It's free, goddammit.
Well, very comfortable picking something through. TYLOO only losing one. I'd be surprised if there is anyone else who follows in Advent's vein. Oh, kaze is gone. Where is that? Let's just got a flank out. All right. Now, if there's any more damage to be dealt, that would be nice. But honestly, the T-side economy should be stable in the next round. It is for the one after it that you need to worry about.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, well, that is a crying shame. Because Blitz was happy for a moment, thinking that they just given him an AK that he might be able to save over, but it is a very short-lived dream. Mongols in with the full buy, and 910 on his AWP. We saw some really nice work from him on Vertigo, you know, a map we didn't expect to see in the pool at all versus Rare Atom, but 910 was hitting some crucial shots, had some nice flicks. And how much utility are they going to give Advent?
All of it.
Apparently.
Advent, the USBs are away, now they have real guns, you know what to do.
Throw the nades for us, and we'll do everything else.
Oh, Mercury just took a shot to the head. A lot worse than an arrow to the knee, despite whatever tell you.
And we're still referencing that in 2023.
I feel like it's gone for the full wraparound at this point, right?
The game of the year meme.
Yeah.
The 17th re-release of Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Now available on your Raspberry Pi.
Ooh. Techno might be looking for a push through. He has taken his position up outside the door. JamYoung's so where he's shoot, JamYoung, come on, you know you want to.
He is yeah.
Oh my. That's some 360 hertz wonder stuff going on right there. 4 versus 3, TYLOO, big advantage for them, but the time isn't really working out in their favor. 910's position could cast them off, but Blitz is already down, and 910 will not have any distraction to help him come through the vent. Mazinho, the only one who can try and put up a defense, and a defense that will not be had. That feels like you might have just thrown away 2 weapons for no reason. The Mongols 1 to 4 down.
I do love that about JamYoung sometimes, where, you know, he's obviously very privy to these sneaky plays. He's the one that pulls them off so frequently, but after he gets his 1 kill, he just decides that I am now the entry fragger. You know, that's the cue to accelerate into that A-bomb site, and he's ready and willing to sort of lead in on that site. It's not like we're floundering roles. There's a bit of weakness, so pace is a good solution. Back on the pistols are the Mongols. The CT side has not really come together all too well. AWP for kaze. And that can be a bit of a liability against pistols sometimes. God, and suddenly you're overwhelmed, but JamYoung, not exactly the cleanest spray. Very quick adjustment onto Techno. So
He's an A4 guy, we know that.
yeah. But he's on T side, he can't really be picky.
He could just buy an AK. I mean, I feel like you do have that option.
Why do that when you're so close to hitting the 16k mark?
And he's gone. Can't really blame the M4 for that one though, but very comfortable anti-eco round going through. TYLOO look great so far. Mongols will really have to get a quick wrap around in terms of momentum, at least. 9-10. Ring around the rosy, but up above, that's where kaze is. Op cannot be recovered, not by 9-10.
Yeah, you can get it. Yeah, there we go. Yes, not by 9-10. That was the key thing.
Yeah. I meant more from that side. It's T-side Nuke, man. I don't care to have it off.
Also, kaze, you know, he understood the problem that he was in. He was lurking with an AWP. He saw both players, and it's like, okay, well, if I give this up to them, this is valuable for them more than us, really. So, tried to play his life, and succeeded in stopping the Mongols for getting a free AWP. So, 9-10 had to buy that with a little hard-earned cash. Or I guess this is more benefits checks or something. Because you win pistol and you lose the following 5 rounds. Not an ideal start for what is supposed to be, you know, a very strengthened CT side because of those smoke to HE interactions. But they're losing a lot of kills around the map, and they actually haven't been nading the cross smoke, so they're actually flying blind a lot as to whether players are successfully making the journey to secret.
The 1 or 2 times that they have naded across smokes as well, it just feels like it's not been at the right time. There hasn't been, you know, any Molotov with it. There's been no outside threats, so TYLOO hasn't had to slow down in a way where those 3 seconds actually matter.
It's like this is a time where the cross smokes are down and nobody even has an HE.
No.
And Blitz doesn't have a head.
that'll hurt. And HE is half of a head. But yeah, he doesn't have the entire thing. Mazinho misses out of timing. Could have been JamYoung to go down, but instead, he's going down to the lower bomb side. There is only 910 who can be in a position to rotate down quickly. Mazinho, if he does make his way over, is likely going to be caught out by Musea. Musea is taking an angle that was watched by 910, but not actually capitalized on. And by revealing his position, Musea does continue to threaten the upper bomb site as well. Advent smokes back out to ramp, although it's on the clock. They are very comfortable with this bomb plant. Mongols are not truly contesting it.
I don't know if this is just not rehearsing the protocols, or they just don't trust that type. But I'm surprised that there's no reaction. No one goes through vents. No one rotates ramp. There's nobody to ever look to see if TYLOO are actually exploring B. You know, we're still holding ramp with the AWP deep, and it just feels as though the Mongols are just lacking crucial information that they need to make the right reaction.
I just checked. Mongols has had Senzu for nearly 2 months now, by the way. I know they haven't played officials. I mean, outside of the ESL Challenger League, I guess. Those don't pop up on HLTV, but yeah.
Yeah, and Senzu hasn't been present for all of their Challenger League games either. I think Mara has had to stand in for a couple of them.
That is surprising.
Yeah, I think they lost to minus 76 Celsius or something.
Minus 72.
There was a 72, yeah, that's the one.
And I was wondering, so I just saw that result. I was wondering, how did minus 72 C actually end up beating Mongols? It's like,
yeah,
what?
Mara was playing.
Alright, that makes more sense.
It's not his fault, but, you know.
Yeah, minus 72 C did also beat TYLOO. Push it. Also, not quite sure about that either.
Yeah. Well, not beating them this time. And TYLOO are looking pretty threatening on this T side so far. The Mongols have really almost attempted no counterplay, but maybe this is the solution. 910 aggressive with his AWP towards red container. Thing is, this is a round in which TYLOO seem to be targeting ramp.
Is this just one of those Advent games where he dodges every counter-aggression, dodges every attempt? Because right now Mazinho is all alone. He's got a lot of damage dealt, but not actually any kills. Even this grenade shouldn't really be finding much. Advent is in hot pursuit, showing the youth that sometimes for them there isn't a tomorrow. Blitz trying to return back the tides. Will be able to get a kill or two with Techno. 910's added himself to the mix, but it's still a 2 versus 2. Blitz swings out wide, buying time and dropping the bomb, but it doesn't actually prevent the round from still being firmly in the control of TYLOO. The problem, though, is Senzu. This potential flank that can come through is mighty deadly. I don't think they've heard that single footstep that he has given out, but regardless, they're concentrating their forces back over towards the double doors, even thinking of going up through the vents into A. Musea to be the one to lead the charge, and as 910 will be finding the perfect timing. Can he get the no-scope? Yes, he can. Another one right around the corner. Misses it this time, and Kaze is giving himself a chance. Picks up the bomb. Will be going to go get a plant, and Senzu's read into this incorrectly. He's back on the upper bomb site, and Kaze has now heard it.
Oh, now he knows for sure. Senzu very loud about his approach. Flash into decon. Kaze undeterred and has the angle locked in. That's a simple round to put together there from Kaze. It's a no-scope, but Senzu with the wrong read. And as soon as he makes steps, Kaze isn't going to miss that chance.
It looked like Mongols had regained control of that, right? Techno and Blitz get the kills, but Blitz just swings out wide. I don't know why he thought he needed to buy that time. I don't know what the calls are going on in that particular point, but going out into the middle of the bomb site just to get the one kill and give up a 3v3 where, you know, you have good plant denial capabilities with your position.
Yeah, especially because 910 wasn't swinging out at all. I think there was another player in towards control that wasn't really fighting, you know, got his kill and decided to kind of chill out. Maybe just not on the same page as to whether they were fighting or defending, so to speak. JamYoung has now been given the AWP. Kaze caught as a result of it, and the little jiggle just to retrieve the bomb. Jose doesn't get tagged. Either that ult was still hanging around. Wonder how much JamYoung's going to be able to do with his AWP. I thought he was... Yeah, he is actually on side of T-Roof, but he won't be in a position to spot the aggression from Blitz on the flank. Senzu dropped. Advent with the lovely entry, but Techno still not spotted on top of the hut, and finding the secondary kill onto Mosea as well. JamYoung the miss on the AWP, and Techno won't miss a beat. Between every shot, Techno was ready to take that extra fight. A second round here for the Mongols, their first since the pistol.
About time for them to start activating because TYLOO is running away with it. And yeah, a couple of good kills to prevent the upper bomb side hit coming through, but that's what the first time TYLOO's really gone for a commitment like that. 9-10 getting the early pick off as well is big, but not really something you can look towards consistently so far. Maybe I'm wrong about that, and 9-10 can get aggressive, but no, it's Senzu this time going in all the way. Advent is gone, and so is Mosea. Senzu not done. He's trying to buy space for Mazinho to push through on the other side, and he's got another inside the bomb site, but JamYoung and Mercury have still brought it back to a 2-on-3. Bomb still in their control, and time of plenty. Can they catch 9-10 off? No. He's been able to get a leg shot out, but a Molotov behind him will force him off the angle. A smoke will bloom and still blocks his sight lines. JamYoung now looks to slow things down.
Yeah, they've double dropped, and they realize that because 9-10 had that information to work off of, that darting down towards B may not have been the play, but Blitz is just not content to just simply sit around. 9-10 dropped inside of heaven, and JamYoung realizing that there's open space here on this upper bomb site. Kaze now just there to defend, but do they expect both to be coming in from hell?
Kaze's giving up his position as well, with that smoke being chucked out now. Oh, Blitz gets a blind eye on him. JamYoung's all alone now.
Oh
he
my
is
God.
a man to be known for many clutches coming in from behind. TYLOO, how much time do they have? Well, not very much considering they don't have a kit. Is Blitz expecting a man to come in from behind? He is keeping an eye out for outside, but not quite the angle that is necessary. Blitz is gone, but the defuse would have taken place even if Blitz had fallen down. Turns around right in the nick of time. Mongols win that by a sliver.
Yeah, so key that Senzu's able to find a kit as well to get onto that bomb. If it was full 10 seconds on either of them, then there was going to be enough time there for JamYoung to start making that round work. Sure, Blitz got that kill, but the urgency may not have been there. So many different positions that he could have taken, but Blitz is a big brain guy, and he seemed to be reading into the idea that JamYoung would go for that flank. Well, that's an awkward Molotov.
Well, this is not a chance. Blitz will be there to pick the pieces up regardless, but the second kill won't come his way. JamYoung, famous for his spray downs, and that is no different. Mosea right next to him does also come through with a quick kill of his own, and as soon as the Mongols were finding momentum, it has fallen apart at the seams.
I do love sometimes the way that they switch things up here on TYLOO. JamYoung making that aggressive play, and then just somebody able to slide their way out through door to catch Techno off on top of hut. That's the last man that stands, and 4 players stood in front of him. Not simply 3, but so many angles to account for. JamYoung, a 3-piece, and a 16th kill in this first half as we approach the last round of it.
There's just something about JamYoung, man. He's just, he is a different class. I think, like, for my money, he's probably the best player in all of Asia right now, and I don't think that's a controversial opinion at all.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. He's also been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah. He's consistently performing. Techno's gonna have his chance to shine, perhaps. Senzu's already dead. Mercury, go ahead, get all those backstabs in. Not sure how 9-10 comes up with a double kill on Mazinho as well. Long range MP9s are doing a really good job for now. Mosea forced away by the Molotov, but Blitz is pushed out through the smoke. Now Kaze, who's been left on lurking duties many times over, has not had to clutch too many rounds. This one, however, It is all on his shoulders. He's been spotted. Another long-range MP9 will give the scouting chance for Blitz to take him down. 4 rounds on the board for Mongols. They keep things under control, but can they get it together for that second half?
So true, whenever you touch my hair, I'm feeling closer to you. Nothing else can compare. And higher we fly, admire the beautiful things you do. And higher we fly, desire these moments just with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, yeah. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you.
Back to the Jönköping qualifiers as Mongols find themselves at the back foot in a big way. Now, good thing for them is TYLOO's never been very good on their CT side of Nuke.
No, they're notoriously a very good T-side team, but CT can have some struggles. Don't know if the Mongols are going to be enough of a challenge, however. Fast play over towards ramp. It's where the majority of the presence is. Blitz is the only one that's left lurking inside of door. They've shown that presence, but it's not actually down ramp they go. Instead, they go to hell, and they have bypassed most of the TYLOO defenses this way. That's where Blitz can really spring the trap. Senzu finding kills outside, and Advent and Mercury still fighting tooth and nail in front side door. They have stopped any presence from breaking into this site. Senzu, no bomb on back. Instead, just trying to hunt down these kills. JamYoung knows exactly what's happening, and Senzu doesn't stand a chance. A dink on JamYoung, sure, but this round is very far gone.
Oh, wow. I can't believe JamYoung goes for that peek. Brazen. Dude, that was just a full trap on the upper bomb side being set up from Advent. Just 2 players right outside the squeaky door opening, and then you've got one playing behind the box, hiding away from Secret as well, just completely ready. And if it has to be a lower drop, then they can go for a double vent drop late round. Otherwise, they can just make sure that this upper side hit is going to be put to rest, even if it comes through heaven.
Yeah, and that's the strength of having a player that's just willing to play his life. you know, they never got that kill on ramp, so it's not as easy to just simply crack into the lower side of the map. Mongols on the back foot. They won their CT pistol too, but they lost the second round, courtesy of a force buy by TYLOO. Mongols don't take that same risk, don't feel like they have the same amount of rounds to play with, and they don't. This is quite a slow development for a full Glock round. Tapping here from Mosea. Oh, Senzu and Techno, the casualties, and there is a little bit of presence shown by the player inside a main. TYLOO should be a simple lap up. And they will succeed in converting another gun round. Well, I say gun round, it's against Glocks, but the Mongols not doing too much damage to make that too competitive. And the Mongol side should be in with a buy that this is, I mean, really their best chance to come back into this game. They lose here, TYLOO will likely move up to 12, and that just feels like an insurmountable amount of, well, insurmountable round difference to make up on this T side.
It is getting pretty close to that point right now, regardless, but let's see. Alright, if we lose this one, it's basically look over to where Mirage and see. Advent, keeping an eye out for the first kill. That's all he gets, but he's actually able to keep his life courtesy of Mosea's. And he comes in with a helping hand. Kaze is down as well. Advent still alive on top of that hut, but Blitz will at least be able to get his way down to the lower bomb site and see if he can get a quick bomb plant. Now, does delay it out, and this might end up working out against him. Blitz spots out the gun barrel of Mosea, if I'm not wrong. But with 3 players triangulating around his position, this is not going to be an easy fight, made less so when he gets shot in the head. 2-on-2 and JamYoung's found 9-10. In the meanwhile, JamYoung still looking to quickly accelerate back over to the upper bomb site, whereas Advent, he's looking to come in from outside. JamYoung, wide swing being readied up. Nice little slide back as well. And it will be the 11th for TYLOO.
Yeah, the only way that Blitz wins that fight is if he finds an instant headshot, and because of the geometry of the bomb site itself, those silos, it's actually a very favorable fight there for JamYoung. His head was not exposed, and all it took was a single tag to the body. Blitz already so low from finding Mosea earlier on. Yeah, it gets a little hairy, gets a little close. Mongol certainly had an opportunity, but TYLOO still keep them in check. There is another buy here for the Mongols, courtesy of the fact they got that bomb down. But it's, again, not the most reinforcing kind of investment. Should have enough smokes to threaten outside. They could have the smoke as well down towards the doors like TYLOO were doing so frequently, just to threaten the idea of a vent drop.
Kaze will maintain a stranglehold on outside. No one's going to be coming in here to contest there. Instead, looking to go for a faster play right into the ramp room. But JamYoung's position is very hard to deal with. There's going to be some backup coming in soon from Advent as well, if I'm not wrong. Maybe even Mosea. JamYoung now giving out calls for his teammates to start accompanying him. What is this scaling? They're just peeking into him one by one. Even gets a chance to pop out the Molotov. They're taking so much damage. Almost dying is 9-10 inside the flames. And Blitz is segmented away from the rest of his team. A 4 versus 3, and JamYoung has already given them such an advantage.
They know because of their low health, and because they took so long to flush out JamYoung, that going down the ramp would almost certainly spell doom and gloom. But they are spotted moving in through hell. Mosea will activate with his AWP. Senzu trying his best to find that trade, but exposes himself, and Mosea dealt with. Still only a one-man discrepancy between these two squads, but they basically have to hit the upper site, and Advent's already committed down.
He's hoping that Senzu doesn't clear this angle necessarily. Live unless there's a backstab to come in from Kaze to help him out. Now Senzu, within all of that chaos, has lost his teammate, and now Advent's only got one man to keep an eye out for. 12 secured for TYLOO. They are on map point on their own map pick, looking very convincing.
Yeah, fantastic work there from Advent, just putting himself in such a hard angle to clear from heaven. That's an area that was exposed because of the fact they lost their player in at ramp in JamYoung. And yeah, I mean, that's effectively, he does everything right. You know, isolates to one fight, and once he realizes that Senzu's above him, just a nice vertical adjustment. Has to be flawless from here on out for the Mongols. When these two typically duke it out, this is actually very frequently how it goes. TYLOO do like to win out on Nuke, and Advent may just have a whole feast ahead of him. One kill that is eventually traded, but Mercury's the one that's instead feasting so rapidly on the remains of the Mongols. A 12-4, and it's likely to be a 13th conversion here for TYLOO. They have looked so good from not only the T side to CT as well. They didn't even let the Mongols peer through the door when we transferred into that second half.
Honestly, I'm wildly impressed. This is not what I was expecting to see at all. I did think that TYLOO would take it, but I was thinking more of like a, 13-11, maybe like a 13-10 kind of scoreline. This was just complete shutout coming through, and